Welcome back. You are tuned in to 1054, the best magazine you know. We're here with the first official 1054 two-timer. It needs no introduction. We've already done an interview with him prior to. One of the biggest players in the skate scene. We're here with Just Skate Chris.
What's
Thank you for your
good?
time. Thank you for coming
What's
back out here
good?
again.
Of course, man. Anytime.
We're posted back up in not so sunny Santa Maria today, but it was sunny earlier. It was a nice
dude,
day
no,
earlier.
yeah.
It was like
Early,
hot earlier,
earlier
man.
was nice.
Earlier it
Yeah,
was
now
hot.
it's all gloom and doom.
For sure, man. Well, for the people who haven't seen the other interview, if you want to introduce yourself, tell them a little bit about yourself.
So my name's Christian Navarro. You could call me Chris, Just Skate Chris, whatever you want. I don't know. I skate. Right now I'm 25, about to be 26 in November. Yeah, I don't know. If you want to know about me, I guess, just go to my Instagram. That's where you'll see everything. Just Skate Chris, Chris. If you do Just Skate Chris, you'll find my spam. I don't know the password to that anymore. I can't get into that anymore. And you're not going to get accepted. So don't request it. But yeah, dude, you'll feel the vibe on my actual page, You'll see what I'm into. You'll see what music I'm into,
For sure, for
Tap
sure.
in.
He's being very modest about it. Chris definitely has one of the biggest catalogs of, I would say, the best depictions of the skate scene throughout the years, especially for people who don't really know the skate scene. Santa Maria skating in specific is such like a niche thing, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? So like the
yeah.
history doesn't really matter to a lot of people. But if it matters to you, go check his page out. You'll definitely see everything top to bottom and learn a lot.
Yeah.
He's definitely got one of the cleanest styles in terms of skateboarding. I'm kind of out of the skate scene so much now, but definitely can still appreciate that shit. And furthermore, that you've been grinding for so long.
Yeah, dude.
Do you what's kept you grinding for so long? Do you feel like you representing a pillar of the community has kept you in the game, or just it's overall just a love for skateboarding?
I think it's overall just a love for skateboarding, but I literally had a inner dialogue about this not too long ago because as of lately I haven't been skating as much, and that's just because like you grow up, dude. You become an adult. You got to do adult things, and you get a job, and like sometimes you're not in the mood to go do shit after you get off work and stuff. But yeah, I started dwelling on the fact that like, I'm not skating as much as I used to, or at least not posting as much as I used to, because before I would post all the time. But now it's like, why am I skating? And then I thought about it, and I guess the reason I still skate and always kept skating was because like, what else is there, What else am I gonna do? Am I gonna sit at home, not do shit, play video games? Like, yeah, that's cool, but it's only really cool for a couple days, and then after that, you feel so bummed, or at least I feel bummed. But yeah, I guess it's just the fact that, skateboarding is me. I am skateboarding. I identify with it. Without the board, I'm just Chris, But yeah, I just feel like I need to skate just to pass the time, It's my thing. If I don't do my thing, what am I doing with my life, And it's cool that like I hype up other people to skate and stuff. Like I love that about everyone, but realistically, skating is purely selfish because I want to do it. I'm not doing it for anyone else. I'm not doing it for validation or anything like that. If anything, I'm just doing it for the validation of myself and the younger version of me, the younger Chris that started skating when he was 10. Like, I want to make that little kid proud, I want him to like be like, damn, we're doing that.
Yeah,
Damn, we're flipping into shit. Like, I want him to be tripping, And I think that's why, I keep
So
skating.
do you feel like let's say the content aspect of skateboarding that kind of drew you away from the, let's say, the traditional just skating to skate?
No, I would say the content, like putting like clips and stuff, like all that shit, right? Yeah, I would say that made me more into skating just because it gave me like another factor to work on with skating. Because yeah, if you go to my Instagram and you go deep, and I mean deep, like this is like 2013 type things, like you'll see the difference in like my content, dude. Like you'll see the difference in music, the difference in editing. Before I would use like some random ass editing app like off the top of the dome, VivoCut or something like that. Like that thing, it had like the trademark, the watermark or whatever. Like whenever you export a clip and you got to pay $1 to like get the full thing with no watermark. But then you see the transition, like you see the growth in like the editing and like the music, the timing of the music, the specific choice of like which clip goes where and like why it goes there, or this is a long clip or a short clip, like what song am I gonna do? So it gave me like an extra motivation, like the content and stuff. I wouldn't say that it pushed me away. I would say you have to be careful with it because you could very easily lose the whole like principle of you posting clips of, and I think posting clips should be because you want to post them. Like you want to look back on them and just be like, oh shit, I did that one day. Or oh shit, like that was sick. Like I should do it again. Like for you. But every now and then like you'll like catch yourself slipping and you'll be like, oh, like I'm posting things so other people can like it and give me validation. And that's when you fuck up, and that's when you're like, fuck, I should start stressing out, and it's like, damn, I don't want to post anymore, this and that. But yeah, I feel like I haven't been posting lately just because, I mean, I'm getting older. It's, all I can really post is like tripod clips, and tripod clips are sick. I fuck with them. But I think I just, going back to my old roots, you know, just skating, not filming anything, just doing tricks in silence, I guess.
Do you ever see yourself culminating towards another project? Or project isn't the right term, but more so like a public identity similar to Faces, where you're creating, as opposed to just like a couple clips here and there, like you're creating products to give to the masses?
Probably not. Probably not. Just because, I don't know. Like, I feel like when I do, if I were to do that, I would be very, very, what's the word? I guess OCD about everything. Like, I wouldn't let myself put anything out unless it's exactly what I want, because then it's just going to drive me crazy. And, like, I would love to put out, like, I don't know, like clothes or, like, fuck, I don't know, whatever, like stickers or something. I don't know, who knows. But I feel like any type of product, I'm probably just going to, it's going to be content-wise, like film-wise or something like that. Like, oh, I'll make a video.
I still definitely consider that a product, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it's
yeah.
digestible, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like I just wouldn't, you know, sell it, obviously.
Yeah, I get you.
I would just put it out there, you know? Like, hey, watch it if you want. Don't watch it if you don't want to. But, like, I feel like me, like, selling clothes or, like, selling, like, actual, like, physical product, I don't know if I'd be able to do that just because it's, I don't know. It grabs my attention, but not enough to the point where I'm trying to, like, do something with it, you know? But maybe, I don't know, in the future, maybe. I just need that fire, that fire to build up again where I want to do something, you know? Want to create something.
To have it culminate naturally.
Yeah,
I get you, for sure.
So definitely don't want to force something like that, you know?
For sure, 100%, 100%. No, that's definitely, to an extent, how 4 felt prior to 1054 was very, like, rushed, and furthermore trying to put myself on a schedule of doing a drop a month and everything like that. Like, it was just super, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So yeah, definitely it can be harder, and furthermore diminish your creative flame, you know what I mean, if you don't approach it right, if you will.
No, yeah, exactly, dude.
Through your time skateboarding and such, how do I word it? For me, skateboarding was the catalyst for approaching how to build a brand and how to build an identity, and furthermore how to give myself purpose, you know what I mean? Because I feel like, I mean, people are born with purpose, you know what I mean? But you have to kind of find it, you know? Like, I kind of gave up skateboarding to pursue screen printing, you know what I mean? Not that I, like, do it every day the same way that I did skateboarding, but definitely that became my new bread and butter. Throughout your time in the skateboarding scene and just as a human, you know what I mean? What advice would you give to someone who hasn't found that bread and butter yet? Furthermore, how do they approach, not necessarily trying to find it, because you can't approach trying to find it, you know what I mean? But how do you subside in the time between, you know what I mean, not knowing?
I guess I would say just try a little bit of everything, man. Like, try, yeah, because if you don't try things, you're not really gonna find out if you like something that much to the point where like, oh, okay, I want to do this consistently, you know? I want to be disciplined at this. So yeah, I would definitely say try a little bit of everything. And like in the last interview, I said how before I started skating, I was doing art and like doing the origami and like computer stuff, animations. Like that's all things that I was really into at some point. I was like into them. But then skateboarding came in and that's all I could think about. Like it's skateboarding over everything. That's how I thought about it. And yeah, I would say you just got to try a little bit of everything. I mean, like even now, like, yeah, I love skateboarding and like, I'm going to do this forever. Like I'm going to, like, regardless of like how old I am, I'm going to do it forever. Until I am incapable of doing it, I'm going to do it forever. But yeah, even though I have all this love for skateboarding, since I'm not skating as much because of life and this and that, I'm finding other things to do. Like I got really into Rubik's Cubes. Like I was doing Rubik's Cubes, like the 3x3s. Like I think my fastest time was under 46 seconds.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you know the algorithms and
Yeah,
everything?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
nuts. That's
I
crazy.
got super into them, dude. Like I had a regular 3x3. I had a 2x2. I had a Pyraminx, which is like a pyramid one. I had a Mega Minx, which is this big octagon one with like a bunch of different sides and shit. And like, I have a Sudoku one. I have a mirror one. I have a 3D one where like it like changes forms and shit. Dude, but I got super into it like crazy. Like I was trying to figure them out and do as much as I could with them, and I was able to solve a lot of them. It turns out my godfather was also hella into Rubik's
Really?
Cubes,
That's cool.
and he saw me doing the 3x3, and he was like, "Oh, hold up." He went to the back, went into some old chest, pulled out a fucking bag full of all these different Rubik's Cubes, and he just gave them to me. He was like, "Figure them out."
That's badass.
I think he gave me like 7 or 6. I figured out 5 of them, so I need like 2 more. The
There you go.
Sudoku and like some other one that's like ridiculous, dude. But yeah, dude, I got hella into Rubik's Cubes because I just haven't been skating as much. I've gone hella into like, I wouldn't say competitive gaming, but like I'd be playing COD and
There you go.
sometimes I'd be fucking turning out, bro. I'd be fucking.
Is it still? No, it's not Black Ops 6. What is it now?
No, yeah, it's Black Ops 6.
for
Black Ops
sure.
7 is coming out like.
Which is weird. So they
soon.
just skipped the developer like cycle.
I
Like
guess.
there's no. That's interesting. Was this the first time they've done that? I kind of fell off of Call of Duty. I think after like
Yeah, I don't
Infinite
know.
Warfare or something
Yeah,
like that.
I have no idea.
That's
I
crazy.
fell off COD too, but
Yeah.
I came back on BO6. But dude, nah, I have like a COD album on my phone, where I have all these clips of me like just
Yo.
murking motherfuckers and
That's
shit.
fire. Fuck
It's
yeah.
like sick. But I've also gone into like music a lot, and not like making music. I would love to make music, but I'm just not musically talented. Like I would love to sing. I would love to like break out in song and dance in like some type of musical or something. But I've like my admiration for music has grown so much that dude, it just fucking rubs like the right part of my brain. Like I don't know if you've seen the movie Sinners. It just came out.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's a good movie. I watched it. I'm not gonna tell you what it's about because I want you to see it for the first time and be like, what the fuck is this? But I watched it the first time and I was like, what the fuck is this? But it was good as fuck, bro. It was a good ass movie, and the soundtrack, amazing. There's like a song in the middle of the movie where they're fucking getting it. They're in a club and they're like, it's sick. And then the part of the song, the guy's like hitting some crazy ass note. And then it keeps on going and going and going, and then it morphs into like a different kind of sound,
I
and
would trip out.
like I was like hypnotized by it, bro. I was like, dude, this is so fire, like, fuck, man, like so good. But yeah, dude, like going back to finding your passion, finding your bread and butter, you gotta try a little bit of everything, dude. Like you gotta be down to just experiment, do this, do that. Do you like this? Oh, do you like the vibe of that? Just feel it out, and you'll find something. It's just a matter of time, you know? Got to be willing to dabble in it. You're not going to find anything sitting on the couch. You got to get up and do something, dude.
Was there ever a point where it was questionable if skateboarding was going to be that bread and butter for you. You know what I mean? Like a breakup point.
Not up until maybe this year. This year is where I was like my relationship with skateboarding was really tested, and yeah, it's kind of depressing, dude. Like thinking about it, because going from skating every single day, getting off at like 3:30, and like having the whole day to skate after that, and then going to getting off at 6, having only this amount of time to skate, and then I gotta go to bed, go to work next morning. Like, it really fucked with me a lot, dude. Like, it sucked. Like, I hated the fact that I wasn't skating as much. And then with that came the thought, like, damn, like, should I even keep skating? Like, do I want to keep skating? Like, what do I do? Like, I'm kind of just growing out of it. I'm feeling like I'm already like 60 years old and like I'm retiring, but I'm only 25, bro. Like, that's not that old. But like, yeah, and then like with that, me skating less, I became, in my opinion, more like I became washed in a sense where like things are starting to take a little bit more effort. Things are starting to be harder to do. Consistent shit that I had before isn't as consistent. Literally yesterday, I went to Nipomo and it took me like 6 or 7 tries to manny the box. To manny the fucking box, bro. Like, what? Why did it take me that long, you know? And like things like that, it made me really question, like, damn, I don't know if I should keep skating. And I was kind of close to like considering just not doing it anymore, and if I do it, I would just do it every like month or so, once every month. But then like I really thought about it, dude. Like I can't let go of this, you know? Like if I let go of this, it's like I am not gonna be a proud human being. Like I'm gonna be old as shit, and I'm like, damn, bro, like why'd I stop skating? So I want to be old as shit and be like, yeah, I kept skating. My legs don't work anymore, but it's fine. I kept skating, you know? Like that's what I want. But yeah, definitely, I've gotten close to that point. Yeah, this year.
For sure.
Yeah.
Trip out. The reason why I asked that question is definitely because I feel like I've gone through something similar with Croaked, especially when that kind of fizzled out and I had to get a job and everything. Because I'm gonna be honest, I never thought I was gonna have to get a job.
Yeah.
But especially with Croaked, I was like, bro, this is like God sent me to do this. I'm finna blow up, and you know what I mean. Like, I don't know. It was such a wake up call, and I think it's important to illustrate how not everybody's story. I mean, not that obviously it's not the same, but in a way where things don't always work out the way you imagine them to work out. And for you, for example, you kind of went through the weeds and ended up sticking with it. But if you wouldn't have, there isn't any right or wrong option. You know what I mean? It's a matter of what you want to do.
Exactly.
And if you're lying to yourself and you know what I mean, keep yourself from doing something you really want to do, you know what I mean, then you're doing it wrong or XYZ. But I think it's an interesting predicament. I think that in this day and age, there's a lot of people going through, not necessarily like life, but this point in time, I'm 20, so I know a lot of people my age, especially people who are just graduating high school and such, going straight in, I don't want to say like straight into college. Specifically here in Santa Maria, we have Allen Hancock. It's like one of the leading community college. I think it is the leading community college in California or something like that. Anywho, a lot of kids go straight from high school to, Hancock, and on that FAFSA, it's free. So it's that similar kind of linear, comfortable feeling, but they don't really know what they want to do. You know what I mean? I feel like there's been a lot of times where I'm talking to people and they say like, oh, I wish I had something that I did like you. But it's like, how you said, you just got to go out there and try it, and furthermore, stick with something. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people, I don't want to say lacking discipline. I know I definitely lack discipline. You know what I mean? And especially before I picked up skating, I lacked a lot of discipline because I didn't even go outside. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, it was momentary, I don't know, always consuming a video game, consuming food, you know what I mean? Consuming everything but like outdoors, you know? And just not necessarily moving wrong, but I feel like that's always the first step. Just fucking go outside and I don't know, meet some people or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking, it's trippy. It's trippy how linear I think some people see the world in terms of you have something going on and I don't. And furthermore, how we can trick ourselves into believing that. You know what I mean? Like, growing up, for example, skating, I definitely idolized your entire group and you guys, and I definitely made a us and them kind of reality. And I remember thinking in my life like how real that reality was. You know what I mean? But my reality was completely different from your reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And who's to say which reality was real?
Yeah.
You know what
yeah.
I mean? So that's kind of why I brought that up, because I think it's a very you're an interesting case, especially for a lot of younger people, even people my age. You know, I can think of a handful of people off the top of my head who would find maybe who hasn't heard your perspective and don't see, for lack of a better term, see you as a human, but
Yeah.
more so as the reality they built for themselves in
Yeah,
their head,
like
you
the
know?
image they have of
For
me
sure.
and stuff. No,
100%.
dude, I mean, like, yeah, everything's perspective, dude. When you really think about it, everything is perspective. Like, you can believe someone's like this, but, you know, they might be like this, you know? And it's just like, you never really know. And I guess, yeah, a lot of people do have that linear thought where, like, okay, like, I'm a human being. I'm meant to go to school, work, find a job that pays well, start a family, kids, this and that. And like, yeah, that's good. Like, obviously, that's sick. But you got to be willing to like kind of go do something.
Yeah,
like,
take risks.
yeah,
There's a lot
dude.
more to life. 100%.
Yeah, dude.
There's a lot more to life.
Way more to life than like what you would think.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure. And the path that you, I don't want to even say see for yourself. Like, for example, the path that I see for myself is definitely not the path that is going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No,
like, there's
dude.
just
Like,
so much to life.
I remember being in high school and being like, I think a freshman or a sophomore, and I remember telling all my non-skater homies, like, dude, okay, junior year, I'm gonna fucking get sponsored, I'm gonna get hooked up by this company, I'm gonna get hooked up by this company, and then I'm dropping out, and then I'm gonna just skate, I'm gonna get paid to skate. Obviously that didn't happen. Obviously I didn't drop out of high school. I dropped out of college, but not high school. I barely graduated from that. That's the thing. I got a car and immediately my school went to shit because I started sleeping in my car a lot and showing up like at fifth period, middle of the day, missing hella classes. But yeah, dude, it's like whatever you think is gonna happen, majority of the time, it's not gonna happen. Life is unpredictable. You never know where you're gonna find yourself. But like, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's in between. But you know, it's worth it. That's kind of what gives you that XP in life, you know? You can't live your life just doing this, not taking risk, and not going out looking for stuff to do, because then if you stay home all day, what's your life really about, you know? And if you have some like mental issue and like you just can't go out, like it stresses you out too much, I completely understand. But definitely work at it, you know? Like, work at it. Everyone can do it. It's just a matter of how much work you put into it. And some people have it harder than others. And that's just how it is. I'm sorry, but you can do it. I did it. You did it.
Yeah, sure. No, yeah. You don't know how, like, for real, y'all do not know how much anxiety I used to get. Like, I used to, like, literally be shaky and shit like that, bro.
Yeah, no.
So fucking funny to think about that shit. Fucking, hey, time flies, though, you know what I mean? Totally off topic, but you were
Yeah.
talking about risks.
Uh-huh.
What do you feel like is the biggest risk you've taken?
Biggest risk? Fuck, dude. Huh. I don't know. It's hard to say because, I mean, I've taken risks that I would consider to be very risky, and risks that, like, obviously don't seem risky to, like, a lot of people, but to me it's like oh shit. Like, I remember one trip to SF. I don't remember which trip, and I don't remember which year, but I was probably 20, probably 21. I'm not too sure. But it was around COVID time. Like, COVID had started like coming up, and then people were like saying, "Oh, stay inside, stay indoors," and this and that. And obviously, being skaters, we were never indoors. We never listened to those fucking rules. And we wanted to skate. And we had gone to LA, me and like the FP homies, Cisco, Seven, everyone else, too many people to list off. We went to LA and there was no traffic. No traffic in the city, no traffic on the freeway. Everyone was inside. So skating was sick. Skating, you could get around so easily. But yeah, I think after that we like were like saying like, oh, let's go to San Francisco. And yeah, whatever. Every time we go to SF, we booked a hotel under my name because I was the oldest and like the dad of the group. And then we bought our train tickets and we were like packing and stuff, getting ready to go, whatever. I tell my dad, I'm like, hey, I'm going to San Francisco. I'm going for the weekend. I'm leaving in the morning. And I think it was a Friday or something like that because at the time I didn't work throughout the week. Just Friday, Saturday, and Sundays where I worked, but I had got it off. And yeah, I told my dad that. He was like, you're not going. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I have to go. He's like, why do you have to go? And I was like, the hotel's in my name. And I bought like two like train tickets for the other homies. Like, they need me to get on the train. And then he was like, well, you should have asked me first. Like, you should have thought of that first. Like, I don't know why you went out and did that. Like, you're not going. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I don't know, like, what? And, like, my dad and I, we've always beefed. We've always had very, like, heated arguments and altercations and stuff like that. It's just, you know, if you're Hispanic and you, like, first generation Mexican, I don't know how it is for second generation Mexicans or whatever, but speaking from a first, you know how your parents are. They're very strict. They want you to follow this rule, go by this way of living, and that's it, you know? Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, my dad was very, like, he was, like, very macho back in the day. Like, even, like, with my mom, like, my mom would never step on my dad's toes because that's just the hierarchy in, like, the Hispanic culture or whatever.
100%.
But, yeah, and then, yeah, my dad were going back and forth about it, and he was like, no, I'm not letting you go. You're forbidden. And I ended the conversation with, I don't know what to say, Dad. And then I was like, whatever. Then I just walked upstairs. And
you hit him with the P-Rod and Street Dreams. Yeah, whatever. And he went into your room. Yo, that's crazy.
I went upstairs, went to my room, and then I don't know why I decided to do this. It was just like a fucking something in my brain told me to do it. I got some paper, I got a pen, and then I started writing a note. And in the note, I was saying pretty much, Dad, I'm going to SF. I know you don't want me to go, but I'm going to go anyways because, one, the hotel's in my name, but two, because I want to skate. Every time I go to SF, I come back a little bit better, and I want to do something with this skateboarding thing. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to pursue it. And that's pretty much what I wrote in the note, and I told him that in the note, I said, if you want to kick me out, that's fine. Kick me out. I'll figure it out myself. And if you call me and you're trying to argue, I'm just going to block your number, and then I'll talk to you when I get back. And yeah, I put the note under my pillow. And next morning, met up with the homies, got on the train, started going to SF. And around like 3 or something, around the time my dad got off work, he calls me. He was like, hey, are you going to work today? And I was like, no, I'm on the train. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, like, I'm going to SF. And he's like, I fucking told you not to go. I fucking told you. But in Spanish. And I was like, Dad, like, go upstairs, go to my room. Like, while he's like mid yelling at me, I'm like, go upstairs, go to my room, go under my pillow, and read the note. I'm going to hang up now. But read the note, and you'll see what happens if you call me back and argue. So, yeah, do that first before you yell at me. I hung up. He didn't hang up. I hung up on him. And he went upstairs. My brother was in the room when he went upstairs. He barged through the room all crazy. My brother was like, oh, shit. And obviously my little brother was like tripping, like, because he didn't know what the fuck I did. And my dad reaches under the pillow, grabs the note, starts reading it. And my brother said that he just sat there, that like didn't say a word. He just sat there and like sat on the bed for like a minute or two. And then he called me up. And when he called me up, he was calm. He was like, all right, well, just be safe, be careful, take care, like, do what you can out there, and like, I love you. And I was like, okay. I'm like, sick, I love you too, Dad. And yeah, dude. that was probably like the biggest risk I've taken in my life, just because that was like probably the peak of the conflict that my dad and I have ever gone into, and it could have gone really bad, and I would have been stranded. I don't know. I probably would have stayed at Cisco's or some other homie's house or something. But yeah, it could have gone real fucking bad. But thankfully, I mean, it brought us way closer, because after that moment, we were like super good. Like, we didn't really argue anymore. We like had an understanding, and it was sick, dude. It was like a really nice, beautiful moment for me. But yeah, I mean, other people might not think that's risky because I'm not putting my life in danger or something like that. But to me, that shit was crazy, bro. Like, I was on the train, like, thinking, like, okay, like, if I get kicked out, I can stay at Cisco's for a little bit. I can stay at, I don't know, Shane's maybe. I can stay at the homies that don't skate. Like, I can give them rent. I have a job. I'll be fine. I'll go home to the house to pick up my shit when my dad's working. Like, I was already planning everything out, dude, and I was already accepting the fact that I'm kicked out of the house. But thankfully, I mean, the risk worked out.
You came through, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Papa Navarro for that.
For real,
That's what's
for
up.
real.
That's
He
what's
had some crazy ass character development, dude. He's the sickest dude now. I fuck with him heavy.
Fuck yeah. That's what we like to hear, man. That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude.
I know that's risky, bro. That was. Thank you for sharing that. That was a really. I really enjoyed hearing that, because I feel like I've never thought about like that perspective of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That side, because everyone goes through shit like that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And I
dude,
think that's
yeah.
why we're all on like a universal like. Pain isn't the right word, you know what I mean? But we're all the same thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just put in a different form.
Yeah, I remember I told Cisco this quote one time that I thought up of, like, one day when I was high as shit. I like told him, I was like, bro, like, when you really think about it, we're all, what was it? We're all living similar lives, but individually different. And what I meant by that was that obviously, like, we all share ages. Like, you're going to be 25 one day. I was once 21, 22, whatever. And like around that time, we all go through like similar experiences whenever you get to certain ages, but we all handle it differently, you know? And it's crazy to think that, like, some people don't think that that's like a thing. Some people think they're the only ones going through shit or experiencing stuff, and it's not like that, dude. Like, other people have family shit going on. Other people have goals they want to do, and like, they're all different, but they're all kind of doing the same thing, but in their own way. And like, that shit was just tripping me out, dude.
No, for sure. Yeah, it's a big wide world, and it's almost inconceivable to think about the scale that everything is at. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't know. There's a level of solidarity in that.
Yeah.
That you're not alone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? For lack of a better term, like, it's very, very communal. You know what I mean? Anywho, back to the matter at hand. Shit, bro. You know, I don't even really know where to continue from that. That was a really, like, really good story, bro. That was fucking fire. That was fucking fire.
No, yeah, dude, that was I mean, yeah, I mean, if you have Hispanic parents, you know what's up. Like, I remember one time, like, another heated moment with my dad. Like, I might as well just tell this since we're talking about my dad. I forgot how old I was. I was maybe a freshman, 13 or something, and my dad was super strict. Obviously, he didn't let me outside of Guad, or like, I could skate around Guad, but I can't leave Guad. And my friend Pepe, Emilio, and Alexis, the older homies.
I haven't thought about Pepe in a minute, man. That was like when I first started skating. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. Pepe was like, "Yo, like, let's go to Free Park," and I didn't know what Free Park was. I just knew it as the skate park by Walmart.
Yeah.
That's what I knew it as. And I was like, in my head, I was like, "Shit, like, I guess this is another risk too." But this one didn't turn out that good. Yeah, they were like, "Oh yeah, let's go to Free," and for some reason I was like, "Fuck it, I'm down." So we got in Peppa's whip, taking us to Free. My dad calls me in the middle of the car ride, and he's like, "Hey, like, did you install the computer program to, like, for the music?" Because before my grandpa was visiting at the time, my dad liked to burn CDs a lot. And he like burned a bunch of music on a bunch of random CDs and shit. and he had like a program for it. And yeah, like I installed the program for him before I left the house that day. And when he got home from work or whatever, he fucking checked it, and it wasn't fully installed. He had to click run for it to like actually open and install and everything. And I mean, I left it at that because it's just click run and that's it. And yeah, he called me. He was like, "Yo, like something's up with the computer. Like it's not running." And I was like, "Oh, like you could just click run and it'll open up for you." He was like, "I don't know. You come do it for me." And in my head, I was like, "Shit, like what do I say?" And I was like, "Okay, no, that's fine. I'll do it when I'm done skating." And he was like, because my grandpa was there, he was like, "No, like come do it now." And I was like, "Fuck, dude." And I was already like I think we were already like, getting close to like.
Oh, so you hadn't even got there yet? Like,
no,
it was on the way
yeah,
over
we
there.
were on the way to Free
Park. So there is no going back. That's
no,
true, dude.
We were on the way there. I'm not sure where we were at when he called me, but yeah. And then he was like, "Yeah, just come right now." And I was like, "Fuck, dude, what do I say? Like, what do I do?" And I told him, I was like, "Okay, I'll go in a little bit. Like, I'll start heading over there." I'm not heading over there, obviously. And yeah, whatever. Maybe like 5-10 minutes pass. Calls me again, and he's like, "Yo, where you at?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm on like the other side of Guad, like at the very corner, like by the Boys and Girls Club, like in that area." He was like, "What are you doing all the way there? Like this and that." And I was like, "We're skating. Like we'll head back right now." And he was like, "All right." Then he called me a third time. He was like, "Where you at?" He's already getting agitated, and I was like, "Ah, shit." And I told him, I was like, "Oh, Alexis's board snapped, so we're all walking, so it's taking a little bit longer." And he was like, okay, whatever. And then he calls me a fifth time, and this time he's like, "Where the fuck you at?" And I was like, we went through the creek to make it quicker. We're almost there. We're not almost there. I'm already at Free.
Like, mid-sesh, yeah.
Yeah. At that point, I'm already at Free. And I was just digging my grave, bro. And he's like, "You know what? Just stay there. I'm gonna go pick you up." And I was like, "But I'm not, like, you can't pick me up. I'm at the creek. Like, you can't drive a car here." He's like, "No, I'll go back to the Boys and Girls Club. Like, go over there. I'll pick you up there." And I was like, "Fuck, dude. Like, what do I do now?" And at that point, I was just like, "Dad, I'm in Santa Maria."
It's a wrap, yeah.
I'm in Santa Maria, Dad. Like, I'm at the skate park over here by Walmart. And he was like, "What?" And then he just hung up. And then maybe like 20, 30 minutes later pass. I see my dad fucking Astro green minivan pull up, and like, I was like, "Fuck, dude." He honks the horn, and I dap all the homies up. I'm like, "I gotta go, dude."
It's been fun, yeah. It's
So I go, get in the whip. It's him and my grandpa in the car. Nothing. Silence the whole ride there. And we get to my pad, and then my mom was like sitting on the couch, and then I opened the door, and she's like, "What happened?" And then I was gonna tell her, but then my dad was like, "No, like let him go install the program real quick." Like super normal, like super like neutral tone, like that's all he cared about. I go upstairs, I go to the computer, I click run, program installs, and it's done. And I walk out of the room, and my dad's right behind me, and he's like, "Give me your phone." I give him my phone, and then I think I had an iPod Nano or something. He's like, "Give me your iPod too." I give him my iPod. As soon as I hand it to him, fucking slaps the shit out of me, dude. Like, just fucking smack the fuck out of me, like straight up, like fucking shoot dreams, like like that's exactly how it went down. Like, he fucking just smacked the shit out of me, came out of nowhere, bro. And like bro, like when he did that, I was, oh my god, I immediately balled my fist, and I was like, dude, he's gonna do it again. And like he went to go do it again, but like I stopped it. I like fucking like checked his hand or something like that, and he's fucking yelling at me, like top of his lungs, calling me a piece of shit and like this and that, like why the fuck am I lying to him? fucking going crazy, dude. And my grandpa, who mind you is like fucking old as shit, like 70, like maybe at the time or something like that, high 70s or something. I don't know, it might be Kevin, he might be high 50s. I'm not sure how old my grandpa is, dude. Like, he's old. But this bad knees, running up the stairs fast as fuck. I can hear him running up the stairs. He gets in between me and my dad super quick. And then he starts yelling at my dad. He's like, I never hit you as a kid. You're not gonna fucking hit him. This isn't the way. This isn't the way. And then my dad's like yelling at me, and my grandpa's back is like facing me. So it's like, I could only see my dad like fucking pointing and yelling at me. He's like, no, he needs to get smacked again. He needs to get smacked again. Who the fuck does he think he is disrespecting me like that? And then my mom comes upstairs and she's like crying in tears, telling my dad to stop. And then I think my grandma came upstairs too, and she's like trying to calm my dad down. And then my grandma took my dad, and my grandpa came into the room with me, and he was just telling me, like, trying to like calm me down. Because at this point, like, I was just crying out of like rage. I was like, out of just like the overwhelming emotions I was feeling at that very moment.
Yeah, shit's OD.
My eyes were like tearing up, and I was just like fucking breathing all heavy and shit. But yeah, my grandpa was just like telling me like it's fine, like it's okay, like you guys will get through this. I'll go talk to him, this and that. And yeah, dude, that was a crazy moment that I went through with my dad one time. We've gone through other crazy moments, but that was like a core memory like engraved into my brain, because even after that whole altercation, we didn't talk for like at least 3 months. And we were living in the same house. Yeah. We ate dinner as families. That's like a thing you guys do in Hispanic. I mean, in my family, that was like an important thing. You eat with your family regardless of whatever. And even at the dinner table, him and I never spoke for those like 3 months, I think. And it was crazy, dude. And then one day, I don't remember who, but we just talked to each other, and it was like back to normal. He apologized, I apologized, and that was it. We both just kept on doing our shit.
For sure.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, shit's crazy, man.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a pivotal moment.
Yeah,
100%. I can definitely. I think everyone can think back to moments like, you know what I mean, where you look back and you're like, fuck, like that's gnar.
Yeah.
That's gnar as fuck.
But yeah, dude, I guess that was there was a risk that worked out, and then the risk that didn't work out.
I mean, depending on perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it took some time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I definitely had moments like that with my mom, and definitely I feel like taking that time and having the right to not talk to someone for an amount of time, you know what I mean? Like, that's like, you need to establish those barriers, you know what I mean, for anybody, you know, because fucking, if you're always, you know, like if you guys would have forced conversation, who knows how shit would have turned out, or, you know what I mean, who knows how the San Francisco situation, you know what I mean, turned out. But, no, that's awesome. That's a beautiful thing, you know. Life is, I think, all about overcoming adversity. I think some people are served with a lot more than others, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
But I don't know. That's a very beautiful story, and I'm glad that things worked out in the end. And furthermore, thank you for sharing that on the fucking platform. That's a pretty hesh thing. You know what I mean?
Only a couple people know about that story, like close friends and stuff like that.
Trip out. Fucking damn, bro. Bro, that's back to back where it's like I don't know what to follow that shit up with. That was pretty fucking hesh.
I don't know, dude. I guess I would say, just off the dome, if you don't got a topic, off the dome, life is kind of fucked, dude. But you just gotta be down to figure it out and just go through it, you know? Like, yeah, whatever cards you have, those are the cards you're dealt with, and just make it work, dude. Fucking gamble a little bit. Like, I've been gambling a lot. I made some money. I've lost a couple, but I've made a lot of money. But figuratively, what the fuck is the word? Metaphorically. Take risks, man. You never know what's gonna happen. I mean, I've taken risks, like taking risks when I started fucking like skating by myself more often. Who knows what happened? Like, it could have been bad where I just lost interest, or
what was that like? Were you afraid that there was an amount of like shunningness at the time, like by taking that risk of voluntarily taking exile. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
some people definitely take it sideways.
Yeah.
Like they don't like, y'all, you don't fuck with me no more.
Yeah,
Every
no,
day.
definitely. I was kind of scared at times, like, or not scared, but like worried that like my homies that I'm super close with, would like look at me differently. Like, oh, why is he not kicking it with us anymore? Like, why is he by himself, or like not do like why is he not reaching out and kicking us, like hanging out with us and shit? And I didn't want them to think like I don't fuck with them. It's just like, dude, I just wanted to skate. Like that's all I wanted to do. And like I've gone through so many friend groups here. I've gone through like Emilio, Pepe, Alexis, and then after that it was like
The whole FP wave. And
yeah,
speaking of FP, that day that you went to Free Park, was that the day that you met everybody?
like Emilio or
No, what did you say? It was like June 17th or August 17th or something like that.
August 17th or August 19th,
19th.
2016.
Uh-huh.
Then the last interview I was saying August 19th, 2017. But when I really thought about it, that didn't make sense because I'm class of 2017. So the math wasn't working out.
Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, August 19th, 2016 is when we all met.
And was that day that you had ventured out, or that was a separate occasion?
Nah,
going to Free
that was
Park?
a separate day.
Oh, okay, for sure.
At that point, I was already like going to Free, and like my
I feel
dad.
you. I was gonna
cool
say,
with
damn,
it.
what a day if that was that day where you met everybody and that went down, bro.
Nah, that was beginning of when that happened. That was like probably beginning of freshman year, I want to say, because yeah, but yeah, dude, I've gone through so many friend groups, like yeah, Miller, Alexis, Pepe, whatever, Guad crew, because we're all from Guad, and then FP was the second group I went through. Or I guess before them it was like my non-skater homies that like were bikers, and like so I would,
Whoa.
yeah, so,
That's a crazy saga. What the fuck?
yeah, so
Holy
that was
shit.
before, that was after the original homies, and then in between the FP era, like that was like shout out to Julio, shout out to Darren, shout out Isaac, shout out Noah. I mean, Noah didn't really bike, but like he rode the bike with us.
Julio Waves, are you talking about?
No. This is
yeah,
like
Julio.
another Julio. Like
For sure.
I think it's Instagram.
Shout out Julio Waves. I need you to
Yeah,
get
for
on
real,
this
dude.
fucking on this shit, bro. We need
For
to talk some
fucking
shit,
real.
bro. Speaking of Julio Waves, one of the SF trips, I couldn't tell you which one, but I remember him telling me, he was like, yeah, fool, like I'm gonna do a Julio impression. Yeah, fool, fucking I wrote up a permission slip and my mom signed that shit.
I
right?
remember that. I fucking remember when he did that shit. Oh my god. That like unlocked the memory, dude.
That's fucked up.
I thought that shit was so stupid. I kept telling Julio, like, Julio, you're a dumbass. That is not gonna fucking work. But no, yeah, dude. I've been through a lot of homies, and fucking yeah, like FP, and then it went into me by myself again, and then after me by myself, it was like me, Brandon, and Elijah, and then after them, it was me by myself again, and then it was me, Brandon, Elijah, and Lucas, and then it was by myself again for a little bit, but then they came back, and then it was me, Elijah, Brandon, Lucas, Eric, and Frank.
Well, shout out all them heads.
Dude, for real.
I need to talk to Spit Out the Dome. I just talked to Brandon in a
Dude.
minute. He's a homie.
Dude, he might be down.
But I need to get fucking Elijah on this bitch. Elijah's fucking the homie.
Yeah,
bro.
Elijah would be sick for
Elijah's
here,
the homie.
dude. But yeah, dude, I feel like I've gone through so many groups of friends, and it's always a cycle. Like right now, I'm back into the alone cycle, where like the group fizzled out a little bit. Everyone's doing their own thing, and now I'm back to alone. So who knows what group I'm gonna run into this time? Maybe the same people, maybe different people. I don't know. It's unpredictable, you know. But I'm excited for it. I just gotta keep skating. I just gotta keep going outside and being around people, you know.
Fire.
But definitely enjoy the alone times.
Nah, I
Yeah,
definitely agree. I definitely agree.
Embrace it just
The
because.
span between Croach and 4, there was
Uh-huh.
definitely a lot of that for me, and just like, and I never had that, you know what I mean? I like you said, like I was scared of it, like I didn't know, was it just gonna become normal? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That was
yeah.
definitely a thing that I fucking wondered, but nah, you need it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It helps you grow and mature, like going to the cocoon type shit.
Nah, straight up, dude. It's like character growth.
Anyways, we've been running for about an hour. I hope all of you have enjoyed this at home. This definitely went a lot more personal than I thought it was, but I'm
Yeah.
glad that it did because I feel like it showed such a dynamic range of who you are. And furthermore, I hope you as the viewer can further understand, especially if you were from my perspective as a kid and kind of view Chris with a little bit of idealization where you can view yourself in him, and furthermore that gives you more confidence to navigate throughout the world, and you know what I mean, just to spread peace and joy. That's the goal, peace, joy, and love.
Yeah,
But
dude.
anywho, to give the mic back to you, anything you would like to leave off for the world?
Take risk. Fucking enjoy what you do. Make the best out of it. Make the best out of a shitty situation. It always balances out. It can't always be bad. It can't always be good. It always has to go down to the middle. You just got to be down to go through it. But yeah, I guess that's it. I'll see you next time we do another interview. Hopefully you saw the first one. Hopefully the first one we can make the audio work somehow. We'll fuck around with the edits or something. Amplify it a little bit or something. I don't know. Hopefully you see it though. If not, hopefully you see this one. You obviously are since you're watching me talk right now. But hopefully you stay to the end. That's some real G shit. If you stay to the end, that means you care. And I appreciate that. He appreciates that. We appreciate that.
Communally.
Yeah.
Communally.
But
That's
thank you
funny,
guys.
buddy.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for coming on. Again, thank you, the viewers, for watching. This is 1054, making the best out of the worst. All love to everyone. Take care of yourself. Ciao. Thank you again for your time, man.
Dude, oh yeah.
All love.
Got you, man.
Fuck yeah. Awesome, bro.
Oh, my legs.
Bro, I know, I bet. Yeah, you haven't moved, bro. You haven't fucking moved. That's fucked up. Oh, my God.
Damn.
Fuck yeah.